Hi all, my name is Natalie Renteris, and in this video I will be presenting the Gaia theory, which was developed by Lynn Margulis and James Lovelock. I will be going through what the Gaia theory actually is, and I will be showing you evidence for the Gaia theory. I will be explaining how the Earth is able to maintain the planetary homeostasis through the Gaia theory, also how the ocean carbon pump regulates the Earth's temperature, and finally how we are contributing for global warming. Scientists Lynn Margulis and James Lovelock first developed the Gaia theory in the 1970s. The theory is simple. Our planet has a self-regulating system. How is this so? Well, the Gaia theory states that the Earth maintains a planetary homeostasis through the presence of life. What does this mean exactly? Simply said, the Earth's temperature, climate, atmosphere, land and waters are all maintained at a stable and constant state. But wait, didn't we say that planetary homeostasis is due to the presence of life? Yes, we did. We know that the Earth is filled with many creatures, but we don't know the important role that these creatures actually present for our environment. The way these living creatures live on the planet and the purpose that they are made for is what is said that controls the planetary homeostasis. As the Earth regulates in order for life to continue to live in a stable environment. But not everyone agrees with this theory. But of course, it is just a theory at the end of the day. Many argue that this hypothesis made no sense at all because the Earth would need a sort of communication in order to establish homeostasis. These comments, however, did not faze Lovelock. In order to prove his theory, and in order to try and make people understand his hypothesis, he established a computer program which he called Daisy World. In the program, he established two types of daisies, black and white daisies. As it is known, white reflects light and dark absorbs light. It is the same when we wear white clothing, we feel cooler, and when we wear black clothing, we feel warmer. Using this understanding, Lovelock set off with his computer system. The system had simple but very important settings. The daisies could grow at the optimal temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and would die or not grow in temperatures of 5 degrees or 40 degrees. Alongside these settings, Lovelock included that the sunlight would gradually increase. What was found was as follows. When the sun was significantly cooler, the black daisies were growing only in the center of the model, where their temperature was perfect, as we can see in the first figure from the left. Eventually the sunlight was increasing, which in turn began to favor the white daisies, as the white daisies were able to reflect light and cool down the planet. As the sunlight continues to increase, the more white daisies occupy the planet, and black daisies end up on the poles of the planet. It comes to an end when even the white daisies were unable to keep the planet cool. Lovelock then could conclude and prove that the Earth does have a planetary homeostasis, which is controlled by the living organism on the planet. He could also demonstrate how the climate is maintained at a consistent state due to this albedo effect that the Earth has. Oceanic plankton plays a very important role in the ocean. It is the main food resource for sea animals such as whales, and they are able to store vast amounts of sea in the depths of the ocean, but plankton are influenced greatly by the outside environment. When the weather is warmer and brighter outside of the oceans, the plankton produces in large amounts. But subsequently, when the weather is cooler and darker, then the plankton produces at a significantly slower rate. But why is this so important? Well, plankton actually dissolves inorganic materials which in turn into a vast chlorophyll biomass. Therefore, other species of plankton are able to be produced, and therefore a large amount of plankton is available for a very large food web. Because our planet is unfortunately affected by climate change, The amount of plankton vary depending on where they are, depth, and climate. But why is this such a big issue? Simple. Plankton store a lot of our carbon dioxide. Hence, if plankton is being produced less and less, then it will eventually increase the amount of the plant's carbon dioxide. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right? It actually is. You see, if CO2 is in such vast amounts in our environment, then the effects of the greenhouse effect is significantly greater. So what actually happens? Well, since plankton can no longer store the normal and needed amounts of CO2 in the ocean, it is now being released freely all around the Earth. CO2 increases in the atmosphere, causing the Earth to trap heat, therefore making the Earth extremely hot without any of that heat being able to escape. If plankton decreases, it not only affects the atmosphere, but also the life that plankton served as food for. This food web will start to decrease dramatically, and in the end, our species' livelihood will be affected. Are we ready for that? Global warming. It is an unfortunate reality that has no return. Truth is that humans have contributed towards a large percentile of global warming. It is actually more than 90%. But how? Well, there are many factors that contribute to global warming, most of which are done by human activities. There is the greenhouse effect, the overuse of cars, and one of the biggest contributing factors is the burning of fossil fuels. The burning of fossil fuels is used as a source of energy. It is also used in order to drive around in our cars and is what allows us to have a full functioning home. But it's destroying our planet. We are destroying our planet. We are destroying the living creatures that make up our planet and that contribute greatly to maintaining not only our planet alive, but also ourselves as human beings. Humans have become so self-consumed that we do not look at the consequences of our actions. We try and survive today, but turn a blind eye to the future of our tomorrow. In conclusion, the Gaia theory may still be a theory, but the mentality behind the hypothesis seems to make more sense as we were able to observe Lovelock's computer system, Daisy World. We were also able to see how important creatures such as the plankton are to the environment and how they aid in maintaining a homeostasis. We have also seen how humans are contributing greatly to global warming. A solution to this could be if we were to find a system where we can use less and less of fossil fuels, or find a way to safely burn fossil fuels without the consequences being completely bad for our planet. The world is in our hands, and we have the power to do something to save it.